Give our body a couple of good deep breaths, just like normal as we're getting started. And feel this excitement to move, to be stretching, and especially with aerial, to be kind of realigning our body, giving ourselves lots of time today for inversions, lots of good stretches, all sorts of beautiful things coming up for us. So the simple idea I'd like us to keep in the back of our mind today is the idea of our chakras and imagining that we're kind of energizing all the chakras. So I'll try to make sure I include different poses that work all throughout all the different types of chakras, and I'll try to point out different things that affect different chakras. Like twisting would affect the solar plexus chakra, for instance. And so we'll be moving up and down the chakras a little bit, kind of imagining that we're re-energizing them as we go. And as we do this, just kind of pay attention. If there's any chakras that are particularly difficult for you, just take note of it, because perhaps there's some deeper work that we can do outside of class to help support that chakra. And so that'll be our simple intention today. Just having fun, helping to realign and re-energize all these chakras, helping our whole body just feel good. And so with this idea to help lead us on today, let's do our initial stretches like normal. Arms stretch all the way to the back wall. And as we go left and right, this is one of those movements that kind of helps to support the whole system, all the chakras. So just let this be an easy sway left and right, getting all the chakras to kind of get the right half of them stretched and then the left half. It's not that easy to stand up and do the leaning like this. So this is such a nice opportunity to be right here. Good. When we come back through the center, we take the right knee into the chest. Working on the root chakra, we give those toes a couple of wiggles. Root chakra is our stability. It's our connection to like solidness, meaning we're feeling financially secure. We're feeling physically secure. We have a home. We have food. That's what our root chakra helps to make sure of. And so now as we start to extend the legs straight up to the sky, this is continuing to work up our roots. So at the very end, it's the toes, and it works all the way up the legs. So just notice how the rest of that root is doing. And just take a couple of good deep breaths. And inhale. Exhale, and we'll take this right foot all the way to that back left edge. Slide the shin in. This laying down version of pigeon. This gets into our hips, so hip stretches is a sacral chakra area. The sacral chakra starts to get into some of the issues of creativity. It's how we can take our vision, our life, and kind of help to project our energy outward. So physically, this would be like the reproductive energy, like birthing something, but it's also that deeper energetic way, like what are we birthing for others to be able to see out of us in the world? What's our passion? What's our creativity? What is it that we can contribute that nobody else can? That's the type of issues that this hip area, the sacral chakra, deals with. So take another maybe 2 deep breaths here. Nice inhale. Exhale throughout this leg. Maybe give it another stretch. And when you drop it all the way down, we're going to take second knee in. Let's check in with the second side. Maybe a couple of nice little ankle rolls, checking in with that part of the root. Leg up to sky when you're ready. We'll good deep breaths. Keep it flowing. That helps to send that signal to this area to stretch. We're doing another inhale. Exhale, hook the heel, let's slide it in. How is this hip doing? And a good inhale. And exhale, free out this leg, maybe a stretch up. And when we start to drop it down, the next chakra is solar plexus chakra. So we tend to get into the solar plexus chakra either by doing twists or by doing core work. So let's move into a twist, hands grip onto the fabric. We sit up inside, letting the arms come forward toward the toes. We're going to take the right hand to the left foot, left leg is straight. And then left arm up to sky and stretch it all the way to that back wall, sending the spiral into its first nice twist. So solar plexus is, the big word with this chakra is will. It's our will and what we want to do with the power and with the energy that we have. It's a very fiery quality. And it's that personal power. It's what makes us different from others. It's like, I choose and I have the initiative to do this. Good, return left arm. Gripping left hand to right foot. Right leg straightening. Right hand reaches up and moves into the spiral to that side. Good balance. Being brought to our system. Another inhale. Exhale, return. Just notice how straight or bent the legs want to be, folding forward for just another breath or two. And then setting up, we're going to take a back bend here. Back bends get us into the heart chakra. So grip onto that back edge with both hands. And then let the fabric slide down. You choose how deep you head into the back bend. You can keep hands on to go less intense. You could let go of one hand or both hands to go deeper. It's all personal preference. Also personal preference how long you stay. It doesn't have to be much. Heart chakra is our connection to love, which is oftentimes, it is love for ourselves, but oftentimes it's also how we connect to others. It's starting to spread outward from that will of the third chakra to the connection to others with fourth chakra. Just like I mentioned, stay as long as you like. Whenever you're ready to be up, just stretch over those two legs again. That'll bring a good balance to the spine. Good, so sitting back up, let's kick our feet off the front. Hands can stay on the inside. When we're working in the throat chakra, this one is a lot of neck stretches. So let your chin come down to the chest. Let hands clasp together and hands rest on the back of the head so that we're not pulling the head in, but we're just inviting gravity to help us to stretch the neck out. So sometimes there's a little bit of movement, kind of tilting the head to one side, tilting to the other, and other times it's just stillness here. Just whatever your neck needs for a moment. If you don't even want to have hands, you can release. So then there's a little bit more freedom to go left and right. It's all up to you. So So stretching the throat chakra, this is our ability to communicate with others. It's like I have a thought, and so this is how I'm going to help others to understand that thought. You know, some people who are able to communicate very well and people just want to listen to them and do what they say. And then there's other people who they have the best intentions, they're just not that good about communicating it. So that difference would come from the throat chakra. Good. So now his head comes back up. The last two chakras, third eye and crown, the biggest way to energetically move into those areas is actually by inversions, which aerial yoga is the very, very best at. So let's take our first inversion, thumbs hook on the back end of the fabric. Let's widen our legs as we wrap them and just hang off the back end. So this helps to energetically support and physically support those last two chakras, because as we're upside down, there's a lot of extra blood coming to the forehead and to the crown of the head. That's the areas of those two chakras feeding our brain. The third eye is our ability to see clearly, and not just physically see, but on all sorts of levels. So seeing people for who they truly are, it's like, what if you could see somebody's soul rather than their physical body? It's like that kind of seeing, the deeper levels. And crown chakra is connection with more than just us. It's the connection with the universe. It's like when you feel connected, the difference that starts to happen is you realize I can't hurt somebody else, because in hurting somebody else, I'm hurting myself. I can't lie to others, because in lying, it's like I'm lying to myself. It's like putting others in your place and putting yourself in others' places. That deeper kind of universal connection. So this is an inversion heavy class today, so feel free to just hang as long as you want. When both of you start to head out, we'll begin to move on, but just take all the time you want. It's totally up to you today. So if you're ready to take that last couple of breaths upside down, just enjoy it. Then you can start heading up when you're ready. Give it maybe 3 more breaths, just making sure that our blood pressure is up to a pretty good spot. Beautiful. So if we're feeling okay, we're gonna go ahead and head out from here. We'll get back inside for a couple of poses toward the end. But if you want to come out the fun way, take a good grip, lift the feet up. Try to slowly tilt all the way back. Nice, good control. Beautiful. Take fabric out in front of you again. Right foot inside. And then do a complete 180. You're facing to the back wall. So that right foot is still caught. A little bit of strengthening for the legs. This is root chakra strengthening. So if you can balance with hands at the heart, take that balance. And then we're going to do some lunges. So kick all the way back. Hands to heart as you rise back up. Good. Repeating 9. Keep the breath going. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Beautiful. Grip on through with the right hand so you can turn all the way back around, legs straight again. Once you're there, the goal is to stretch the hamstring out. So that root chakra that just worked is now stretching. So maybe as you bow forward, maybe you hop forward, lifting the leg up. I would challenge the balance also, which is also strengthening for root chakra. Up to you how deep you go. And enjoying a couple of good breaths. Just a nice stretch. Two more breaths. Hands slide up, a little hop back if you went forward. Moving into the hip, first a little bit of mobility for that hip. Try to see if you can balance without hands. And then what we'll do is bring this right leg open to the side and bring it right back forward. It's all trying to be with balance and with control. Kind of funky. If you feel like you're standing in the bad balance though, you can change to a different spot. Take another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let the knee swivel out to the side. We're still caught at that ankle area. A hand on each side of the fabric, and then kind of lunge forward. So this starts to open up that right hip. This is another place you could hop forward to lift the leg higher, but it does make it deeper, so don't feel like you have to. Hopping back would be a way to go easier. It's all up to you. Especially listen to your knee, making sure your knee is not in any sort of trouble. inhale. Exhale. Maybe grip up to hop back if you went forward. And from here, slip the fabric onto the bottom of the foot. We're gonna do a couple of times up and down. This overall, it does strengthen the arms, which is actually working the heart chakra a bit, but we're also that up and down motion does work the core and just overall cardio. So that's really good for solar plexus. So gripping up high, you choose if the leg goes straight to make it harder, otherwise bent is perfectly fine. Let's take it 5. So when you're ready, inhale, prep. Exhale, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Leg back out straight. You can slip it back to ankle. And let's take a little twist for that solar plexus. So left hand grabs onto right side or pushes on the outside of right side. Right arm opens. Good spinal twist, even getting to the out IT band, possibly. A nice inhale. Exhale. Good. Last one before we switch sides. Here we're going to take dancer's pose. So grip onto the right side. Once again, turn all the way around, touching your foot. Grab one hand up on each shoulder, and then point the elbows to that back wall, lean forward, take the foot into the fabric, huge back bend motion. Good inhale. Good exhale. Good, coming up. Flip the foot out. You can either just do a standing forward fold or take a couple of breaths with a hip hang. This will help to kind of reset the spine by getting to be in the other direction. If we're in the hip hang, it's not going to be a super long one, so just a couple of good breaths. A good inhale and exhale. Slowly come up and out, planting the feet, and then roll the head up. Beautiful. We're ready for second side. Left leg in. We start off by turning around. Find your feet in a good balance spot, and then we take our lunges. So perhaps hands at heart if you can balance. And inhale, prep. Exhale, kick back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Turn around. Keep the fabric more or less toward the ankle. Then this is that hamstring stretch. So maybe we're leaning forward, maybe we're splitting forward, or maybe we're hopping forward. That one's a lot of balance. So don't feel like you have to do the last one. You want to make sure that you're safe. If you start to lose your balance, just grip high. Another good inhale. Exhale. If you went forward, grip up high to hop back. Once you're there, you're finding that good place to balance so that the leg can swing open and return forward. Trying to have balance if you can, but you're welcome to grip onto the fabric if needed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's take it into that little hip opener. So swivel the knee up to the side. You could even just lean forward from here instead of pushing your weight forward. That's an option. You could hop forward. That'll bring the leg a little higher up. So it's all up to you to play with whatever you need to do to help this hip out. Especially after the work we just did a moment ago, it's hard. So don't feel like you have to, like, try to find a good place that's kind of restful. Rising up, slip the foot into the fabric. Reaching up high. Gonna stand up and down. Take that inhale breath. Exhale coming up. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And heading in toward that twist, slip it back past the ankle. Right hand pushes on the outside of left or grabs left. Left arm opens up behind. Inhale, exhale. We're going to turn around one more time. Swivel the knee down, face all the way to the back wall. This one's dancer's pose. Grip over each shoulder, elbows point to the back wall. Start to lean forward. Kicking the foot into the fabric is what creates the big back. One more good inhale. Exhale, breathe the foot out. As we face forward, let's go into the hip hang. We're gonna play with standing splits, and then if you wanna stay longer for the hip hang, that's fine. The fabric across the front of the hip bones, bend at the waist, hands down, several steps back. And once you're here, let's take right leg wide. That reminds us to catch outside of fabric. Bend the knee. Catch the outside of fabric. Yep, the other foot is welcome to lift for a little bit to help you catch, and then try to return it back downward. Maybe the foot stays where it is caught, maybe it straightens up higher. 3 breaths here. Good work. Bend the knees, slide that right foot out. And left leg wide, catch. Maybe straighten up. I know it's hard to see. Good. When the other toes return to the ground. If you have to choose for one leg to try to be the straight one, it should be the bottom leg. So try to get that bottom leg as straight as you possibly can. It wants to bend because that kind of takes it out of the stretch. Let that one be the one trying to go straight. Good. Another inhale. And exhale, easy release. You can stay in the down dog, or maybe you take the hip hang. Sometimes lately I've been playing with the legs kind of pointing straight to the back wall and then swinging left and right. Sometimes that doesn't feel quite as intense on the hips just because you're not forcing yourself to curl in. So you can play with any variation. You can play with any amount of time. It's gonna give those upper chakras a chance to just kind of relax. be upside down another 3 or 4 breaths, that's fine. If you're about ready to head out, you're welcome to slowly rise up, then turn around and catch yourself for a little bit of time. But again, you don't have to rush quite out yet if you want just a little bit more. Good work. Lots of stuff back to back right there. So that lower half of the body just slightly fatigued. That's a good warmth that we can get into to just kind of help our body get prepared for a little bit of a deeper stretch. Maybe give it 2 or 3 more breaths and then you can stand if you're feeling good. Take a little bit more time if your head needs it. Whew, good work. So let's take the fabric out in front of us. Nice shoulder width grip is fine. And then just start to let upper body go forward, hips go backward. If you want to be still, that's fine. If you want to sway left to right or take cat cow, that's fine. Like we're inviting that lower half of the body to be just a little bit more willing to stretch. Bending the knees, roll the head up. Step the right foot forward, the left foot back. At first, we're aiming for calf stretch. We haven't really gotten into that area. So you want to step back far enough that the heel can't easily touch the ground. And then the fabric is more just for balance, just kind of an easy grip. And so that we can push the back heel backwards into that calf stretch. So give that spot a couple of good moments. Good. Now slide the back foot in until the heel can be flat on the ground. Straighten the front leg, and let's lean back forward. Pyramid. Turning on the toes to the long edge of the mat. Take that nice wide angle forward fold. It shifts the stretch just a little bit. And bending the knees from here, roll up. We're facing back forward and switching the feet out. So left foot forward, right foot so far back that the heel can't touch down. Our hands are just here for balance so that we can push the back heel back into the calf stretch. Beautiful. Straighten the front leg. Slide the back heel forward until heel is on the ground. Take pyramid. the toes to the long edge, wide angle. Good, turning back forward or adding in one spot. So front straight leg is still there. Bend the left elbow down. Take the straight right arm as far over to that left side as you can. Yes, kind of towards solar plexus. Overall, just good side body stretch. Good, straighten the arms forward. And then do a complete 180, turning all the way around. Bend right elbow down. And then now it's left arm that goes all the way to that right side. Good, straighten the arms. Perhaps do a complete switch around so fabric isn't crossed, and then rise up. Releasing fabric, turn around, and let's take it into straddle back. There are some variations here. It's nice, just the placement of the legs wide naturally gets the hips a little bit open, which is really nice. You have some options here. You could always do crunches. That would be a solar plexus thing. You could do kind of like a back bend, walking the arms all the way as far as you can and then stretching down into a back bend. That would be more of a heart chakra thing. You could clasp hands behind your back, stretching the arms behind. Or come into the handstand variation. Those would be more strength for heart area. Or the chandelier, one leg behind you, is more of a hip and or root chakra thing. So you've got lots to play with. Feel free to take all the time you want. Just listen to your body. It's a chance to kind of move slower so you can do more of an intuitive guidance thing rather than necessarily going just based on, what teacher says. Just listen to your body. Try to be with your body. And if you're still upside down, take that last couple of rounds of breath. Maybe 4 or 5 you choose. Start to easily head back up. Take all the recovery time you need, and you'll kind of help me know where you're at just by staying here when the head is still telling you nope, I still need more time, and eventually standing up and out when you feel good, but no rush. Just kind of enjoy it. We're giving our body some recovery. Okay, as we're heading into the last couple of minutes of movement, I'm going to make sure to include a couple of things that get us higher up. So we've been doing a lot of the legs and hip stretches. We're going to get a little bit higher into shoulders and neck. And so take the fabric out. If you're standing to the front of it, you're waving it out. Let's get our elbows inside. Elbows up to at least 90 degrees, if not higher. And then you can either walk so far forward that the heart is forward, the shoulders and elbows are just kind of pulled back, or you can do the lunge version, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Your choice. A couple of good breaths here. Good. Walk your feet together, slide the elbows in, let the neck roll out. You did a lunge, we'll take the second side. If you did the feet together version, you'll just take it one more time. Inhale, exhale, head back, slide the elbows in for a moment, just let that neck be loose. And eventually switch your grip so thumbs are on the inside, the rest of the fingers out. We're grabbing about half the fabric. We're going to take a couple of bonus leg stretches. So head on in. Bunch up the fabric to the side that faces you most easily toward me. Lock the arm straight to that side. Get that leg up and over. And then let's take our taco fold. So I like to take a stop sign hand, push that into the fabric in front of my face. And then the other foot comes up where the hand is. Once I've got one foot up, the other foot just has to get next to the first. You could stay super bent with your knees. That would be a good back stretch, or straighter legs dip us into hamstrings. If you're rocking too much, you could always kind of push back and or spread wide for a moment. That'll help out. Sometimes it's fun just to rock like crazy though. Good, and give this spot a couple of good breaths. It's like we're integrating everything together. We're kind of the whole chakra area is curled in. You can stay there, or you can begin to slide bottoms and feet together, bringing the heels in closer like a cobbler's pose. So how that shifts things quite a bit. Take a moment for the chin to curl in toward the chest, stretching that back of the neck again. You can do this with or without hands behind the head. And we'll take a vampire pose to give our shoulders a chance to kind of drop away from the ears, kind of balance off those upper chakras. So feet will slide toward the front. Shift your weight. Put the fabric on the shoulders. Excess goes down to the feet, and then we rise upside down. This is one of those vampires. You could add additional options, additional variations if you want. But honestly, it's mostly just to help kind of set those shoulders in a good spot. So stay however long it takes for that sensation of aid for shoulders and neck to arise. So this could be a minute, this could be 5 minutes, it's kind of up to you. Our last inversion of the day, last pose together. Whenever you're happy, you're gonna head to your Shavasana, whether that's just laying on your back or whether that's kind of sitting inside like a cocoon. It's all up to you, whatever feels best for the body. Just in this moment, feel your whole body, kind of all of it energetically, feeling a little bit more balanced. So again, no rush to get to Shavasana, but when you do, just kind of imagine that balance. Imagine your breath flowing in and out, helping to aid the balance, aid the circulation, aid the flow. So here we're going to take the next minute or so to slowly start heading out. So perhaps you start off with just a good breath or two. Maybe you take little stretches wherever you're at. Laying on the back, maybe you just swing left and right. Or if you're in the cocoon, maybe you start to stretch the legs. And just kind of free form, move, wiggle. Gradually feel your body starting to wake up. For the next couple of breaths, we'll eventually start to face forward, sitting up. No rush to get there. When you are there, just let your consciousness do a little scan, especially checking over the chakras. How do they all feel at this point? And as our class starts to come closer toward a close, just take a mental note. Was there any chakra that was particularly tight or particularly weak? Is there an area that we should physically continue to work? Or maybe it was some of the deeper energies that are in those chakras that we failed to work on. So as we head to this next few days, perhaps there's just one little tiny thing that we'd like to add to our routine to help us out energetically or physically in our chakras, so we can be with greater balance. It's like a circuit. There's no disconnect. It's able to allow the energy to travel up and down freely. So with this idea to help wrap us up today, let's bring hands to the heart. Let's finish with the sound of Om. Huge inhale together now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.